So I'm beginning this bracelet from a button fastening. So to do that, I've threaded the cords through the buttonholes, and the shortest cords are at the bottom running down here, and the longest cords are either side here. So you want these shortest cords to be long enough to wrap around the wrist about 1 to 2 times. And once you've threaded them on, you can clip your button to the top of your board. So next you want to arrange your cords in order, so you want your longest cords on either side and your shortest cords in the centre and clipped to the bottom of your board. And you can do the same colour either side if you want, but I have gone for 2 different contrasting colours. So to begin, I'm going to do a couple of square knots just to set the bracelet up. So you don't have to do square knots here if you don't want to, but I just think it evens out the beginning before you start the main part of your pattern. So to begin the main part of my pattern, I want to thread on my first bead. So I'm going to thread a bead onto the cord on the left. I want to push this up into place, and then I want to take the cord on the right, and I'm going to work a hitch knot working over the top of the cords in the centre. And then to complete this knot, I want to take the longest cord on the left and put it with the rest of the cords, and then complete the knot by working underneath these cords and then pulling over and through. So for the next part of the pattern, I want to take the shortest cords in the centre again and clip them back to the bottom of the board. And this time I want to put a bead on the cord on the right. And I want to take the cord on the left and I want to work over the top with the cords in the centre. And then I want to take the longest cord on the right, clip it with the rest of the cords, and then work underneath all the cords with the cord on the left and pull through and hold the bead in place. And I want to keep repeating these steps all the way down until I've got the bracelet as long as I want it to be. So once you've got your bracelet as long as you want it, you can finish with square knots if you began with them like I did, or you can go straight into doing your fastening. So once you've got the bracelet as long as you want it, you can separate the cords at the bottom into 2 sections. And I want to put the right hand section out of the way for this part. And I want to take the cord on the right of the left hand section, and then the outside cord I'm going to work over and through and under and through, doing hitch knots until I create the buttonhole. So how many knots you do here will depend on the size of your button, so it's a good idea to measure as you go along. So once you've done as many knots as you need on this side, you can do a mirror image at the other side. So take your 2 cords on the right, take the one on the inside and clip it to the bottom of the board, and then do your knots on the outside the way you did there. So once you've done both sides of the buttonhole as long as you want them, you can take the 2 cords in the centre and clip them back to the bottom of the board, and then do a couple of square knots just to close up your buttonhole. So once you've done that, you can trim and seal any excess. So I'm going to be using a lighter to seal mine here, but you could use glue if you prefer. And once you've finished, you should end up with something that looks like this. And that is your completed beaded macrame bracelet.